Hi, I'm David Gantt, your Buncombe County Commission Chair. I'd like to talk to you about the April 3, 2012 Commission meeting. Among the items we heard about was, we heard first of all about a project that I might have mentioned before to you. It's our bioreactor at the landfill. What we have is basically a project that makes the county money. Here's how it works. Years ago, we planned to have a landfill that was one of the best in the country. It's always painful to site landfills because, of course, nobody wants them. That's understandable. It is, in one sense, a tremendous waste of land, and it takes a lot of room because these landfills have to be huge. You don't want to site them very often because it is a thing that a necessary evil in society because we generate a lot of trash. Well, we had planned to try to create what's called a perpetual landfill. And that means that when you have the trash, liquid, as rain comes through and the trash dissolves, like your compost pile, there's some liquid that comes out that's called leachate. The first part of our project is to take the leachate and recycle it back through so that the landfill continues to disintegrate or to decompose at a rate hopefully faster than you're putting things into it. So that way we're going to at least extend the life of the landfill, but we're hopeful that we can create a perpetual landfill, which would be a wonderful, wonderful innovation for not only Buncombe County but the rest of the country. We're one of 2 sites that was approved to do this, another one being in California. Different climate, different situation. So we're real excited about that. Well, what happened a couple years ago when we had stimulus money, we applied for another part of the project, which would be to create a bioreactor generator. Now what that means is the bioreactor generator takes gas from the landfill and generates it into electricity. The electricity generation that we're going to get is 1.4 megawatts. It's going to power 1,100 homes in the French Broad Electric Co-op network. Now get this, we got $3 million stimulus money. A lot of folks said the stimulus wasn't any good. It was good for us because we got $3 million. We also built our new airport addition that I'll talk about another time. The $3 million was given to us like this. We had a $1.5 million grant, so that was outright. We had $1.5 million interest-free for 20 years. Congressman Schuler got us $500,000, and then we had to chip in $1.1 million. So basically we're at 2.6. Well, what happened recently, the past couple weeks, we got another $3 million from stimulus money. And so we're basically, it didn't cost us anything except for the $1.5 million loan over the 20 years. But here's the deal. We're going to get $500,000 a year from the energy we generate. We're going to get paid $100,000 for tax credits. So we are going to make money on our trash in Buncombe County. All the while recycling, reusing a commodity that is normally just junk, trash, literally and figuratively. So we're real excited about that. We are going to, the more leachate and the more we recycle this stuff, the more gas we're going to get, the more energy we're going to generate. We're having a ribbon cutting on that in a few weeks. It's already started. It's a wild success. One of the wild cards will be how much it costs to keep it going. It is a brand new technology. We're one of just a few places in the country that has such a thing. So stay tuned on that one, but that was a good report for us. We also heard from the 4-H folks who, you always think about 4-H as farm and home economics and all, but 4-H is into a lot of other areas now. They're very progressive. They actually have a robotics team, and there was a robotics championship in Buncombe County. We won that one at UNCA. It was the first one in history. They went down to the state. They didn't place in the state, but they were there, and it was the first state tournament. So this is the kind of thing that we support. We believe that you want to keep kids active. You have to keep them interested. Robotics, obviously cutting edge. These are things that you and I probably didn't imagine if you're my age when we were growing up, except for in comic books and science fiction movies. But it's here. We have wonderful leadership in the 4-H. Holly Jordan and her crowd are great, and 4-H is a real viable. They still do agriculture, but they do a lot else, and it's a great program. We also heard about child abuse, rather frightening figures. We still have a huge problem there. There are certain trends. What our Department of Social Services is doing is we have a few deaths a year, and that's a horrible statistic. We wish it wasn't something we have to report. But we're analyzing all the deaths in Buncombe County. We're looking at other counties, particularly counties that don't have any deaths. What are they doing differently? Is it just luck? What is it? Are there things that we can do as a community to prevent child abuse and childhood deaths? A couple of the things that Buncombe County is a little bit different than the rest of the country in trends is that we have more African American than white children that are killed. But what we're trying to do is we're focusing on the problem. We're gonna hit it head on. We believe that we have a moral obligation to our children to protect them, and we're going to go target some areas where it seems like it's more likely to happen. We're going to contract with pediatric nurses at Mission to help with abuse and abuse prevention. We're going to have some. We're already reaching out to certain areas at Pisgah View and Deaver View, Erskine, to try to get discussion going about what would be helpful, because some of the deaths have occurred in those places. Poverty is obviously an issue. Drug abuse, substance abuse is obviously an issue, and we're going to have ongoing efforts to help that. But we're really focused on where it happened, what happened, get as much statistical information as we can, and then study the areas where they don't have a problem with it. And there are some counties where there haven't been any childhood deaths in years. We're going to look at all that, and we're going to do the best we can. That's what happened at our meeting April 3, 2012. I'm David Gantt, your Buncombe County Commission Chair, and thanks for listening.